let's go ahead and get to my first guest of the evening, a Nashville-based band. They have a song out already called Beverly, available on all digital music platforms. I'm joined with 7Descent, right here, right now. How's it going?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? I'm Milo, lead singer.
Ed on guitar. Got BC back here on bass.
AJ on drums.
Okay,
How's it
so
going tonight?
good, man. So we got three of the four members, or we got all four of y'all?
Oh, we get all four tonight.
Got the Fab Four, sir.
Oh, awesome, awesome. So I'm joined with all four members of 7Descent. Y'all already introduced yourselves, so that's a good start. I'm happy to have y'all on. So let's go ahead and begin. Um, Tell us a little background story of how the band got together. How did 7Descent got started?
Well, let's see. Probably about August of 2019. It was kind of boring. I started the band with the old guitarist, and then about 3 months later, November of 2019, I met Milo, and for about the year that followed, we spent the time making the songs, and then let's see, Brian joined us in what's would have been about a year. Um, AJ's been about 6 months, so basically for about the last year, we've had things down. We've been playing a lot of shows. We just got everything recorded. We just releasing them one at a time. So
Awesome.
we just did the release on Beverly, and we got one coming up here in a couple of weeks called Southwest Chief, and we're looking forward to that. Why don't you tell him your side of it, Milo?
Oh, okay. What's your name again, sir?
And Kenny.
Kenny. All right, Kenny. I'm Milo. So yeah. So shortly after Ed formed up with our old guitarist, I posted an ad on Craigslist saying, hey, I'm a soulful R&B singer from Los Angeles. I'm looking to join a rock band. I want to see how that would go. But at the time, I was pretty much homeless on the streets of Tennessee, just kind of sleeping like where I could. And then Ed responded to my ad, and I showed up in his garage one night while they were jamming, and then it turned into like this journey that was really unforeseen. But there's a lot that goes into our story. It's a really human story. It really is.
Yeah, I've heard stories about Craigslist as far as bands. Craigslist does get a bad rap for obvious reasons, but from what I've heard from Craigslist and artists in general, it's worked out very well. I've heard some good outcomes from it, finding like that missing piece to the band or group or whatever, and it works out. So maybe Craigslist is not as bad as people say it is. It's just better meet with the right people, I suppose.
Yeah, I think a lot of it depends on what you're looking for on Craigslist, but um, I mean, we got to wade through that crap. Yeah, for sure.
So before we get into the Beverly track, you know how people in the music industry, especially just fans in general, they try to figure out what type of music that artists do nowadays. Um, how would you best describe 7Descent musically? Now obviously y'all on the rock genre, but do y'all do more than that? How would you describe the sound of 7Descent?
Well, I mean, we're definitely a hard rock band, but we're different than. It's hard to explain because
Yeah.
every song that we do is different, but it's still in that vein of hard rock. But I mean, we've got. There's just something about it. It's more like arena rock. Um,
Um,
No, you go ahead.
Yeah, I think. I mean, completely to be honest, this band. In the beginning, at least, I only put forth like one rule, and that rule was this: as long as it's set to the backdrop of rock and roll, we can do just about anything we want to. And I felt that as long as we kept to that rule, that eventually we would build this crazy dynamic and build this crazy range. So I would say the best way I've heard described is that we take the best of the '80s rock bands and the best of the '90s rock bands, and we take that sound and we put a modern spin on it. We kind of make it fresh again. But if you listen to our album, what's happening is that we take you on a musical journey. So I would say that 7Descent, it's hard rock that moves you, and it gets to the heart of the matter. That's probably the best way I could describe it.
I definitely like the sound of that, especially when one of y'all point out is arena rock. I've never heard that genre. I never heard that phrase before, actually, and I think that's definitely what rock music is. It's heard in arenas everywhere. It's a longevity genre. It's still going after all these years. A lot has changed since then, but rock music is just everlasting. It's outgoing. It's headbanging. It's mosh pit. It's all of that. It's however you want to feel. Um, I really like what y'all bring musically as a band, to be quite honest.
Thanks. And I guess in regards to arena rock, like we mean that like we're not saying that we're these bands, but we try to bring the energy of a Van Halen. We try to bring the energy of a Kiss. We try to bring the energy of a Led Zeppelin, and uh, and we're bringing all this energy into these venues. It's almost like 7 Descent is a revival of true rock and roll. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But it's a revival of all shades of true rock and roll. So it's like
Yeah, 7% doesn't fall into a genre because we're more of a state of mind instead of a genre.
yeah.
I call it just high energy. We bring it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Pretty much bring it. We bring 300 or 1,000 people. It doesn't matter to us. We're gonna take that stage over.
Yeah.
Well said. Well said. Let's talk about this new song that y'all have. It's called Beverly. I played it earlier before y'all called in. I like the track. I like the energy that the song brings. Give us a little story of working on that song. How did Beverly came to be?
Well, basically, I mean, there was a guitar riff that existed. We just started playing around with it one night at our rehearsal spot, um, and it just kind of morphed right then and there. There wasn't really any pre-planning into it. Um, Sometimes it just happens that way.
Yeah.
And so, by the end of the night, we pretty much had the verse and the chorus, and we just had to fine tune a little bit from there, and that's what we did. And we just felt like it was a very radio friendly song, so that's why we chose to release that first. We've got newer material than that. It's just that's the song we released as our first single.
Yeah, we're gonna get you hooked, and then we'll drop the F bomb.
And a funny anecdote is like from a certain viewpoint, Beverly is actually about a girl named Virginia from Kansas. But when I was writing the song, I couldn't remember her name, but I've always liked the name Beverly. Years ago, but it's gonna be a song called Beverly one day. No, but it's at the heart of it, it's about a girl named Virginia who was a very phenomenal artist who had her shortcomings, and I got to experience this girl for about 2 days. I fell completely in love, and I could spend like an hour describing just how phenomenal she was. And but she was with another guy. She knew it, so it wasn't gonna work out. But I carried her in my heart for years. But I knew that all this time later, she's moved on from me. She's forgot about me. Forgot about those 2 days that we spent. She was a painter, pianist, sculptor, actress. Had a hell of a mind on her. She seemed custom made for me, and she even had the added bonus of looking like that chick out of Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was like Jessica Rabbit, and so time goes on, and you never know who touches you. I think deep down, everyone has a Beverly in them. It's like we all find this situation where one night, somewhere under the light, we found that person who we know in another universe was custom and tailor made for us, but just not in this universe. And those type of people that touch you, they stay with you. And those are, I call them Beverly.
Yeah. Turn into great tunes.
Yeah, yeah.
I like the Jessica Rabbit analogy.
She was hot, bro.
Yeah. I mean, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, man? I don't care what anyone say. That was a classic film.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, that was like when real life humans and cartoons put together. That was around before Space Jam and some of these other films having humans and cartoon characters together. Um, I mean, I just watched the movie just to see how many drinks Valiant be drinking while he's trying to solve these cases. And with Roger is a kook as it is. And somehow Jessica Rabbit got feelings for this rabbit. I mean, it's just I don't know, man. That's wow. That's very wow to me. Uh,
Yeah, it was definitely a great movie for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I see you fellas got a show coming up on the 5th of November. It's going to be at the Warehouse at Clarksville, Tennessee. Y'all going to be joined alongside with Head PE. Talk about that show. How y'all feeling about the show coming up?
It's a lot of work.
No, it's gonna be good. We got a good feeling about it. It's gotten a lot of good response on some of the social media platforms and whatnot. We did another show out in Clarksville with a band who had quote unquote made it. We played with Trapped out there, and that's because of COVID, we've not been playing in front of a lot of people at most of these venues. So we're hoping that out there things have been trying to get back to normal. With Head PE, that it's going to be a packed house and really give us a chance to showcase what we can do.
I see that y'all got some discounted tickets available for that particular show. So if anyone that's interested, get in contact with 7Descent on their social media feeds, Facebook, Instagram, and now that hook you up. Yeah, so or you can go to their website, 7Descent.com, for all the details. Check them out on Friday, November 5th at the Warehouse, 7Descent and Head PE, doing, for the walkheads, for the headbangers, for the mosh pitters, for the adrenaline pump aggression people out there. And it's a way to kick off the weekend. So get you and your friends in the Clarksville, Tennessee, at the Warehouse, and support these fellas, 7Descent, especially with all the momentum they have with Beverly, and they're gonna have more music on the way as well. One of y'all noticed that you got another single on the way. When can we expect that new single?
It should be coming out within the next couple of weeks. I mean, we've got 11 original songs, and every one is just as good as the next. There's no fillers. We don't take any songs off. So we're gonna start charging them out as, hopefully one a month. But we'll see. But Yeah, for sure. November 5th, out in Clarksville. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok at 7Descent Band. Check us out. If you're interested in tickets, just contact us. And it's going to be a great show.
Absolutely. So go check that out with 7Descent, Head PE, Friday, November 5th. Great chatting with you, fellas. Thank you so much for your time. I'm looking forward to the new song. I'm looking forward to more music for y'all. And have a great show on November the 5th. Continued success. Y'all keep going. Representing that real rock music. And again, thank y'all for your time.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for having us,
Kenny.
All right, y'all have a good Saturday night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
All right, till next time. Stay safe.
All right, you too.